What's one of the biggest misconceptions that people might have about owning their own clothing line?
One of the biggest misconceptions people might have.
Yeah.
I don't think people really understand like the ups and downs of it.
Yes.
Like just like basic stuff. Like you make a clothing brand, for example, and you create your website, you figure that part out, right? But I don't think people, like I think people think like, when I talk to people, they say, yeah, you know, I created a shirt or whatever, I have it on my site, and I always say, so how are you going to get people to come to that site now?
Yeah.
I think the biggest misconception is easy. Like once you put a site up, people are just going to go, they're going to start buying it, like, and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like in our first year of our site, compared to now, the sales weren't there.
Yeah.
It's up for a year, and it looks like, and its perception is everything, right? So some people might think, yo, you guys are up, you guys are killing it, but our first year was rough. But I think the one of the things I like to tell people is like you kind of have to go through that stage because you have to figure out what you're doing wrong in order to do it right. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's easy.
It's an easy thing.
That it's an easy thing. Like you slap a logo on a shirt and you put up a website and then now you're online store. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
And also I think another one is that you have to be like a tailor or a designer to do it. Like I don't subscribe to that because we're not. And people always say like, so you guys don't know how to do this and this. I say no, but what I am is like I'm resourceful.
Very.
I don't need to know how.
You know how to get it done.
I know how to get it done, and I think there's value in knowing how to get it done. It's great if you are like no shout to people who actually know how to cut, and so that's amazing, you know.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't have that skill, but I find it more valuable for us to occupy my time doing other things like marketing, branding, all that kind of stuff, and allocate those tasks to the appropriate people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's one of the misconceptions for me.
One thing I want to know as well is like your process. Like these clothes are not just like slap a logo on a fucking t-shirt or whatever.
No.
They're well-made shirts, hoodies, like the fits and everything. So what I want to know is like take me through the process to put together like one of those fits, like for example that I was wearing on the show one time with the head to toe
glacier,
the glacier fit, right?
Yeah.
What's the process to get one of those put together?
So yeah, and I think that's another thing too. People don't realize how much of a process it is. So like it starts in Montreal.
Okay.
So what happens is with the glacier tracksuit, there's a ribbon down the side of the sleeves and on the pants, like you see on my pants here. So in Montreal, it's a 3-week process just to get the ribbon dyed. Takes 3 weeks. They have to get the lettering on it, dye it repeatedly, put it through an oven, set it for 3 weeks. So that's 3 weeks already just to get a roll of ribbon. All right.
That's crazy.
Once the ribbon is,
and that's for one color.
That's per color, each color.
Each color, yeah.
So once that happens, and we have the actual ribbon itself, we get our materials, we go to our tailor, we get all the sizing done on that side. Once the tailor is done with that, it goes to a person who does the embroidery. We'll see the logo on the actual shirt. And then the last step is just like putting the tags and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much the full process to get one piece done.
Wow.
Yeah, and we don't stock items. So that's another thing with our business model.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to get like, for example, like you said, the ribbon, it takes a certain amount of time that it's like heating and all that. So that's like you can't do that in a 1-day flip. You have to have that color on stock.
Yeah, we stock. So the ribbon is like the only thing we stock.
Right.
But the actual clothes itself, we don't stock.
Okay.
Like we don't believe. And I was doing it naturally, but I was more I was confirmed in my thinking when I was watching an interview. I'm an interview junkie too, right? I watch a lot of interviews. So I was watching an interview with the owner of Fubu. What's the guy from Shark Tank? Damien
Dash?
No, not Damien Dash. He owned Fubu. The black guy, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. It's Damien something. I forget his last name though.
But anyways, he was talking about his trial and errors with Fubu and the same kind of stuff we're talking about and how he was trying to get on the right people. But one thing that he said was stuck with me. He was like, to people that are owning a brand right now in 2018, at the time it was 2018, if you have an online store, there's no reason in this day and age for you to stock items when you can create an online store, someone purchases an item from you, you then go make that item, deliver that item, so A, you never take an L, and B, there's no stock.
Yeah.
So get an order, take the money, make your profit off whatever you make, a little profit you make from making the clothes, ship it, done. Next, done. Because what a lot of clothing brands do is the opposite. They want to buy 1,000 larges, 1,000 mediums. Everyone goes through that when you first try to do it, right? You want to. It's cheaper if you do it that way, man. They say you get a big quantity, and then you realize why is my basement filled with 100 boxes of shirts? Now you can't even give them away.
Like you can even sell it the same day.
Especially when swag changes.
And it changes so fast. So with our business model, we tell customers about 7 to 11 business day turnaround, sometimes a little bit quicker depending on what you're getting, but we get it done in about a week usually, and then you get your tracking number shipped in a couple days. So
dope. Yeah. What's some of you guys' inspirations, like besides like the Fubu guy that we were talking about earlier and stuff like that? I'm sure you guys have a lot more inspirations fashion wise, so give me some of y'all inspirations that before you guys really started getting into it, and while you were getting into it, you're like, these guys here keep me inspired, or these women here keep me inspired.
You wanna go for it? You have anybody? For me, I know personally, for me, it's Killa Camp. Cameron to me was such like an icon when it came to fashion, and not even necessarily because of what he was wearing. I was more into the fact that this guy, out of nowhere, just started wearing pink and made the whole world wear pink because he was that cool. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the fact that I was like, yo, that's dope. Not even like that the pink shirt was so crazy. It's just a more like you're able to shift the culture with your fashion sense. So people like that, like Cameron,
Fabolous.
I used to fuck with like
I'll say
Fab's definitely on fire with his
really
swag.
who inspired me.
For me, Cam was just iconic.
And I'll say Joel Santana and Jim Jones. You know,
the whole Dipset movement.
The whole Dipset movement too. Still.
It
was really fab though.
You know, Fab's still heavy on the fashion right now.
Yeah, you know he has a stylist working like 24 hours a day. He's drippy on the gram like what every day.
Even now, still to this day,
Fab keeps up.
Because I'm talking about way back.
Yeah.
The Jeffs, little.
But right now he's still a guy. Like he's still
Mitchell and S times.
Yeah, what? Fab is always coordinated. Like he's definitely another person that was like a style icon.
Yeah.
So like I definitely come from like that school of thought of like. It's not so much about like what you make, but like how can you make this like something that people just want to fuck with. That's important to me.
Hey, how y'all doing? Don't forget to like and leave your comments below. And if you like videos like this, as well as others on our channel, please remember to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the notification bell so you'll know when we're dropping new videos daily.